All right, so instead of going a bunch of clicks forward, like maybe go like 4 clicks forward.
2, 3, 4.
All right, let's see if we can find those triangles.
Let's see. Fold it up. Here they are.
Okay, perfect. Now go untriangle them just a little bit so that we can actually see
So
the
like-
difference in where
like
the angles
that?
are. Maybe we should just go 3 clicks instead of 4.
Yeah.
Go back up there. All right.
1, 2, 3 clicks.
Okay. Let's see.
So here's the triangles.
And then you can untriangle.
All right. So now we'll have it like that just so we can see. So what I want to investigate here is what's happening with these turns that we're making. So with the dragon curve, everything seemed like it was 90 degrees, but maybe that's not right. So we have to understand these turns here. So how should we do that?
Well, we could pick easy angles.
Okay. What do you mean?
If this was 60 degrees.
All right.
Well, they aren't 60 because 60 would be the equilateral.
Yeah. But when we have them as equilateral triangles, the reason I'm making it like that, this, not like this, is here it's hard to see where the path goes. Like,
Yeah.
is it just triangles that you kind of put down right on top of each other? So I want you to be able to see the path. So that's why I've made them untriangles. Okay. So what's happening here?
Well-
First of all, how many turns are there?
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turns. You can't see the 7th though.
Yeah. So we've got a turn here, 1, turn there 2, turn there 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my question to you guys is, are we always turning at the same angle here?
Well, if you were turning at the same angle, sooner or later you're going to wind up getting back to where you started. Like if you always turn by 60 every time, you're going to wind up at the same place where you started.
So if you turn 60 degrees every time, what angle or what shape would we end up
You
with?
would make with a triangle. Like,
Okay. So it's interesting. So there must be some angles there that are not the same, that are not 60 degrees.
Well, these angles definitely aren't 60 degrees. Like the angles, the obtuse angles.
What obtuse angles?
The angles that you add with 60-degree angles to make 360 degrees.
So the ones on the outside.
300-degree angles.
Yeah, so we have to figure out when we turn to the inside and when we turn to the outside. So this won't be on camera, but I've written down on a piece of paper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what do you want to say about this angle here? When we go down here and we turn up there, you want to say what angle is this?
That we can say that's a 60-degree angle.
Okay, 60-degree angle. So we're saying turning clockwise.
Yep.
Well, is it a 60-degree angle? And I walk down here, and I turn up there. Does that look like I turned by 60 degrees?
No, it looks like you turned by 300. Like you turned by the bigger angle.
So you think I turned by 300 degrees?
Yeah. Like, see, because you were here and then you went to there.
Okay.
Maybe it's not quite 300 because.
What would happen if I turned 180 degrees?
Well, you just turn facing opposite where you were.
Okay, so turning 180 degrees would be like that. Okay,
So
so what can you say about the angle?
It
I
is.
turned-
It's less than 180 degrees.
All right, so what do you think it is?
I think it might be if this were 60, it would be 120 degrees.
Okay. Do you understand why that's 120 degrees?
Yeah, because then those are 120 degrees, because then it's a straight line.
What would make it a straight line?
If you added the 120-degree angle, that you add up to get 180.
Okay. So what do I have to go further to get to 180 when I go this to here?
I think that you have to go 120 more.
Well, I started here,
Yep.
and I turned this much. And I'm asking you, how much more do I have to go to get to 180 degree turn?
Well, I think you have to turn.
Well, let your brother answer, please.
Well, then you're going to have to turn a kind of a 60-degree angle.
60 more to get to 180. Because we're pretending that's a 60 degree angle?
Yep.
So that means my first turn was how much?
It was your first turn was 120.
120. Okay. So it's not a 60-degree turn, it's a 120-degree turn. Interesting. What happens up here? Now,
Well,
I'm walking up here. Dee, 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 dee. How much do I turn by here?
Well, you can just turn straight up. Like if you turned, you could turn straight up on the line.
Okay. Show me what you mean. I don't know what
Like-
you mean by turning straight up.
You could turn like that.
Ah, okay. Is that turning the same way I turned before?
No, you turned that way before.
Ah, interesting. Okay. So when I'm walking up here, I turn like this.
yeah.
All right. To get there.
So you turned 100. It looks like it's going to be 120 degrees again.
So it's 120 degrees again.
Yeah. Still 120. 120.
Okay.
Wait, what about for the third?
What about here?
For the third turn, then you can turn that. You can turn sort of that way, and then
Now is that angle's also 120? It looks like.
Yeah.
Is that the same as this one though?
Well,
You're turning in different directions, I
I'm
think.
turning in a different direction. There's some interesting complexity happening here. Sometimes
Yeah.
I turn clockwise.
and sometimes you turn counterclockwise.
Sometimes I turn counterclockwise, but I always seem to be turning by 120 degrees, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about this?
Well, it's interesting that you can change the angles and that there's this simple pattern and so much complexity. Like when you click it 8 times, you
Yeah,
can
go
still
ahead.
find
You
the
can click-
triangles.
You can click 8 times now.
So, and then
Yeah, okay, no more clicks.
then you can still find the triangles
All right.
like
Yeah,
that.
you got it exactly.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
But if I just deviate a little bit away from the triangles,
It gets all wacky.
on
And if
either
you go
side, it goes
more-
crazy. You
Yeah.
think there's other simple
Well,
patterns
if you
later
go-
on?
Well,
Well,
this isn't too bad, but it's still a little. Wait, there I saw a triangle.
I'm trying to get it back to there.
you good?
Close. I can't move the mouse small enough, but it looks like there's some structure here.
Yeah.
See if I can find it.
You're almost there.
Look at that.
That's kind of that's
There's
similar.
some isosceles triangles and rectangles.
Yeah, and then I find some more, but then it seems to get kind of crazy again.
And then back out to the triangles.
So we find some crazy shapes and some very simple shapes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Cool.
That's pretty neat.
Yep.
So what do you think? Tell me what you think of this little program Stan made.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a fun
I
project.
wonder how he made it.
Well,
The code is. I think
yeah,
it's
the
right
code's
there.
right there. You can look at it.
I wonder if it's JavaScript.
I don't know.
It says HTML5.
It's the sketch is running in
Oh.
HTML5. All right.
Cool.
Good work, guys.